Hello, welcome Southwick Camera Club to the exhibition that you never got to see last week. It's now in the House of Lords, and I'm going to talk you through the 90 or so photographs that we've got here. Try and give you as good a flavour as we can. Now, we've got three main display boards. Baroness Hilton, who's a regular exhibitor. Two pictures here from some of her foreign trips by the looks of it. A lot of the photos here are from various overseas delegations and things that various MPs and lords have gone on, so there's quite an overseas flavour about this, although not from my pictures this year. Then Luciana Burgess, she's got several. We'll see some more on another board. She is a new Labour MP, and she's taken really interesting photographs. She had some last year with movement here, so we've got some street performer, presumably in Liverpool. And she's frozen that, and I think it's really, really effective. And the others she's done some really interesting ones, really works with motion. Lord Craythorne, complete contrast there, a couple of photographs from him, some moss-covered old furniture, and then, I don't know what that is, but some quite interesting colours and straight-sided panels, or whatever they are. Baroness Cox, who does a lot of work in various overseas countries in aid situations, doing lovely colours. I like taking photographs like that, where you've got some real vibrant colours from the sort of local population. Hugh Francis is a Labour MP from Wales, who's been an MP for many years and a regular exhibitor as well. Kevin Barron, another Labour MP, three sort of safari-type photos there. I entered some years ago a rhinoceros and some hippopotamuses. So we've got some sort of brightly coloured bird, we've got another red and black bird, don't ask me what they are, and a distinctly grumpy-looking rhinoceros. Some more photographs from some Labour MPs again. Kevin Jones, lovely picture there, almost a silhouette of some people paddling across a lake by the looks of it. And then Alison Seebeck, who's a Labour MP down in Plymouth. We've got a sunset over some water there. And Coffey, who's Labour MP for Stockport, again looks like one of her travels. So we've got a chap under an umbrella on a boat. And we have an interesting avenue of trees, again great colours against the bright blue sky there. That's the first batch. Moving across to the main board now. And we have got Austin Mitchell. Austin Mitchell is the chairman of the Lords and Commons Photographic group, and he always puts lots of photographs in, usually cheats, by taking multi-photos to get panoramas and things. Quite often takes photographs in the House of Commons when we're sitting. You're not allowed to, but always seems to get away with it. Here he's got one of the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh opposite the state opening, which I described to those of you who came up last week. Probably some of his constituents up there, and possibly a sea scene off his constituency, which is Grimsby. Below this is Lord Rooker, who used to be Labour MP. He's a Labour Lord. Nice use of sort of white snow colours, contrast with the metalwork on what looks like a gate. And then again a foreign scene with somebody silhouetted there. Moving over, we have got Roberta Blackman-Woods, who's the Labour MP for Durham. That could well be her local cricket ground, with quite a storm clouds gathering in the sky. And then that could be anything. Game of noughts and crosses, the bottom of a well, something in a roof. Interesting. Graham Evans is a new MP, and this was taken recently when one of the battalions returning from service in Afghanistan did a march through the House of Commons and was greeted by the Prime Minister there. We do that quite often. Now, a picture I really like, Peter Luff. He's one of my colleagues, MP for one of the Worcestershire seats, and he regularly gets photos in the exhibition, and that's just a really clever view of St Paul's Cathedral through an alleyway down, I think it's Paternoster Square, with office blocks now on either side. Some really clever colours and shafts of light, and that's one of the photo book winners. There are 13 photographs which have been chosen to go in the book of this exhibition, and that's one. Graham Evans is another one. The Duke of Edinburgh and the Queen's another one. Then we've got somebody else in the Foreign Travels, Richard Burden, Labour MP. That's another one that's going in the photo book. Good movement, great colour there. And then we've got a really odd one from a very dodgy character called Tim Loughton, who's the MP for East Worthing and Shoreham, and that's my winning entry this year. And that was taken, I think I showed you when you looked at some of my photos in your visit last week. That's taken at Splash Point, which is now that little artist's corner, where they've converted some of the chalets into studios. So I was just really pleased. I was just walking past and thought that would make a good photo, and it's come out well, and the judges have agreed. Two more photos by Labour MP Richard Burden, some Grand Prix winner, obviously, and somebody from one of his foreign travels there. Then I've got a couple more. I got 3 entered this year. You can enter 10, maximum of 10, and you'll get a maximum of 6 chosen. This year I got 3. I've had a couple of times where I've had the maximum 6. This one of the Hunter Wellies, this was taken at the Buckingham Palace exhibition last summer, where they invited all the royal warrant holders to come and exhibit, and it was open to the public. And hunters who make wellies just had this fantastically colourful display. I thought would just make a good picture. It's a shame the counter is in the way, but I think you get the impression. And then next to it, I think everyone would have seen this, the fantastic fields of poppies we have by the Southwick Tunnel, and this year I think they were exceptional. And when I got out of the car, there were a lot of other people with the same idea, taking photographs in those fields, and that was just one of them I thought made a great colourful splash. More Conservative colleagues down here. Gerald Howarth, who's a Hampshire MP, former Defence Minister, he takes a lot of photographs in his foreign travels. I don't know where that one was, but I like the reflections on the water in the front. And Caroline Spellman, who's Conservative MP for Meriden in Birmingham. Nice reflections of the, looks like an oak tree in the water. Baroness Benjamin, you may know her as Floilla Benjamin, former play school presenter, who is a very lively Liberal Democrat peer now in the House of Lords. And again, this is one of the winning photos. I just think it's, again, a simple photo with a contrast against that rich ochre-coloured sand and some brightly coloured ladies taken from above. Really, really simple but clever and effective photograph. Then more from Luciana Berger, who I mentioned just now. That obviously a mosque taken, some lovely colours. The sunlight, perhaps the sun behind the minaret there, but beautiful blues, and the lit vestibules there. And then she's done one probably of Liverpool. She's a Liverpool MP, again with some very rich blues and dark colours. And then this interesting one in the middle, which is the winner of her 4 she's got entered. That's been chosen as a winner. And a contrast between sort of the out of focus and then the kissing newlyweds in the middle of the dance floor. I think that's a really clever photo. Below that, another winner, Lord Greenway, is a crossbench peer who always enters photos, usually with some nautical theme, and this is no exception. With, I don't know what the boat is, but that looks like the Princess Royal, perhaps, on the end there, waving off that boat, which is unidentifiable. Could be anything. Another winner from Kevin Jones, great portrait. That I love taking pictures like that. Although this year I haven't got any, I mostly take portraits and some close-ups, and that's a really lovely study of that young person there. Peter Luff again. I don't know what this is, but real contrast with the statue and a bit of foliage against a dark background. And I love this photo down here. Stratas of colour. That looks as though it's been taken above a village or something like that, but it could be the sky, it could be the desert. Very clever colouring again on that. Moving over, another one from the House of Lords. Lord Soley here, used to be Clive Soley, a Labour MP. Lovely mountain coastal scene. And above that, one of his foreign travels. Quite interesting trying to identify where all these come from, but next year we'll have a competition for everybody to identify where they are from. Baroness Annaley, who is a whip in the House of Lords. Again, a winner. Nice, simple, domestic scene of kids having fun in rock pools. Could have been taken off Southwick Beach, could have been taken anywhere in the UK. More pictures from Lord Craythorne here, again nautical, and there we've got an interesting perspective on the Royal Barge by the looks of it, but the Royal Barge reflected in a mirror building. And another one that he's won with, the spinnaker sail from one of the sailing boats. I think he spends quite a lot of time doing some sailing. And then this one I love. I think it's Lord Craythorne again. Here we've got a dog driving what looks like a dust cart or a lorry or something. Simple little ones. Last year I got in a photograph of an elephant on the back of a lorry being pulled along in a trailer. Gerald Howarth again, one of his winners. Chinese lanterns, which are now going to be banned because they set fire to barns all over the country, but again, lovely, bright colours, simple scene. Adrian Sanders, who's a Lib Dem MP, could be Highlands of Scotland, could be anywhere. Again, nice reflections of the green hills on the lake in front. And then we have two photographs by Ian Paisley. He's the son of Reverend Ian Paisley, who's now a DUP MP in his own right. So he's got something from a safari with some elephants, and that looks like Moscow. Again, nice, illuminated in the dark backdrop. Viscount Allenby often puts in photographs of animals, and rhinoceroses are the favourite. Everybody seems to put in a picture of a rhinoceros each year. And then we've got some sort of gazelle-type creature majestically looking out across the territory there. And more of Viscount Allenby. Again, he's been on a lot of safari holidays by the looks of it. We've got a cheetah. Quite a familiar photo, and then an elephant going down to drink. More nautical pictures from Lord Greenway. As I said, certain photographers here tend to have themes. I don't, but Lord Greenway, maritime theme. There we've got a huge, highly painted cruise ship with big red lips. We've got a controversial wind farm, of which we're going to see some of that off the coast of Southwick if the Rampion wind farm goes ahead. And then we've got some military boats probably coming into harbour with the pilot boat jets of water then as well. Moving over, Andrew Miller, who is a Labour MP in the North West. Lovely, sandy, bright, open beaches. And then next to it he's got dolphin or porpoise, whether it's taken off that beach, don't know. More animals. David Amos, who is Conservative MP for Southend. That looks like it's been taken in a zoo, so not quite as exotic as some of the safari photos. And then Hugh Bailey, who's a Labour MP for York. Again, taken on some foreign travel. And some domestic ones of his. He's got a couple more in here. We've got a snowman in front of some grand country house. Nice composition, that. And then simple leaves turning red with a blue sky behind. And another one of David Amos's there. Then we've got Carl McCartney, who's a new Conservative MP for Lincoln. Probably going out with his local RAF rescues. We've got a good picture of the propellers of the helicopter still going round. And lovely winter snow scene with a shadow there. Again, a picture that many of us took last year. Viscount Simon from the House of Lords. We've got some more fauna. It's a very detailed picture of a spider in a spider's web. and below it a very close detail of a Red Admiral butterfly on some flowers. Lord Jordan, who I haven't seen before, simple, really stunning, bright colours, some red umbrellas, and then a bright, clear blue background and a church pinnacle somewhere. And then somewhere a little more exotic on the shoreline with some palm trees. Then Cathy Jameson, Labour MP, again some detailed, lovely, beautiful colours on that butterfly. Extraordinary colours, well, it's probably somewhere tropical. Rather less beautiful is somewhere covered in barbed wire. And again, simple lines and shadows there. And then finally on this stretch, Andrew Bingham, jetty into some tropical sea somewhere, looks rather nice to jump off the end of. And then the scene which many of you took when you came, although the sky wasn't quite as blue, the Big Ben taken from Speaker's Court, and that sort of looming presence you've got there. And then the final few. Bob Russell, who is a Lib Dem MP. Interesting one, looks like an ivy-clad wall taken through a piece of sculpture. And then looks like an Indian scene or something like that with an awful lot of tattooing going on there. Brian Donohoe, Labour MP from Scotland, that could well be a Scottish scene from close to his constituency. And then another butterfly, we're very big on butterflies this year. It's very detailed and some vibrant colours in these butterflies, and that's on a sort of a palm, so some lovely green contrast in the colour. More from Fluella Benjamin, another perspective of Big Ben, taken from Parliament Square, hence the flags. And then, I'm not sure where this is. Is this one of the new skyscrapers in, is it Dubai or somewhere like that? Interesting, menacing-looking skies. Baroness Whitaker, nice landscape scene taken through an arch. It's a nicely framed photo. And then another Conservative MP, Jason McCartney, some beautiful sunsets, orange skies over the sea we've got on that one. Now, Lord Robertson, he used to be the Labour Defence Minister and then became Secretary General of NATO, and he always enters lots of photographs and some really good photos. He's really good on his skies and his perspectives, and this one is, it's again lovely orangey blue sky colours and a sort of feeling of depth in it. And then this, which could be in the Orkneys or somewhere like that, he's a Scottish peer, black and white, but it's the sort of movement he gets in the sky, which I think really makes that picture. We'll just pull out there a little and just have a still of it there. I think it's a stunning picture. And then I don't know if this is his mum or something, with a black cat on the side of a boat. A few more left. Nick Rainsford, Labour MP for Greenwich, again is a regular at the exhibition. Beautiful colours there, deep blue, cobalt blue sea, lovely rich blue skies, and the sea lapping against those rocks. And then this could be anything. It could be part of a building, it could be the end of a boat. There, lovely sky, clear blue sky again. Interesting and rather tantalising photo to try and work out what it actually is. Simple, probably a Mediterranean scene. We've got a pot or a chimney pot on top of a white wash house. Simple, effective. Finally, George Hollingbury, new Conservative MP. Somebody getting a bit of a surprise from an elephant here. So we've got lots of elephants, lots of butterflies are the big theme this year. And then we're ending with the last photograph of a portrait of a young lady with a hat. And surprise, surprise, what's on top of the hat? It's the final butterfly of the exhibition. So that's this year's crop. It's 90 or so photographs, half from the House of Commons, half from the House of Lords, just about. A huge variety, but some real talent, I think. And hopefully next year, if you come, we'll make sure you can see it firsthand and we'll get the dates right. But apologies again that you came up here, didn't get to see the photos. Glad you got to see some of my photos. I hope you enjoyed the tour around the place, and look forward to coming down to see the club and bringing some more of my photos and perhaps doing an exhibition with you at some stage. But anyway, I hope this went some way to make up for your trip last week. And that's the Parliamentary Photo Exhibition 2013. See you soon.